And welcome to another week of Does This Podcast Suck? This is episode 37. With me, as always, we have MT.
I don't know if we can really call this weekly if it's been nearly a month since we've done the last one.
Well, some weeks, And also Kyle.
Yep.
See, yep. He knows. Some weeks we get on here and we're like, all right, let's talk about, fuck this, let's go play games. So this week, there's a fair few things since we skipped the last 2 weeks. We've been building up.
Well, still not that much.
The rage is building. So much rage this week, but we'll get to that soon. First off, now I have to say, kind of an impressive showing. Guitar Hero Live got revealed this week. And now, the one thing that I'm not really hip to, the new guitar controller looks stupid. It, I think, completely defeats the purpose of it just being a fun arcadey thing, because they've done this weird thing. There's now 2 rows of buttons with 3 down. And it's weird.
The term reinventing the wheel came to mind when I saw their whole thing.
It's completely unnecessary. No one had any problems with the way that it was. And if they've conveniently broken compatibility with all the past instruments.
Yep.
And also that means they won't be compatible with Rock Band 4 stuff either.
The best part about the whole thing is after the reveal, like I saw on Facebook on Harmonix's official Rock Band page thing, I'm like, oh, congratulations to the people at Guitar Hero for their new reveal. By the way, all the old stuff will work on our game.
Just in case you were wondering.
Yeah, like they came out and officially announced that all the old Guitar Hero controllers would work on Rock Band 4.
Oh, God, what a bunch of dicks.
I can kind of see the point of that guitar from like a guitar player's perspective, because your fingers kind of more accurately reflect like motions, I guess.
That's not really. If you're trying to maybe go for... Here's the thing. I thought that the 5-button thing, as someone who has played the guitar, I thought that felt right, because you could use all your fingers to do stuff.
Well, yeah, with only 3 down, like there's not going to be any range of movement there. Really.
Right, or it's going to make no sense. It's going to feel weird.
Especially being used to the other way.
Right. And I thought that you got a better feel for playing, because, you play power chords, that's just 2 fingers, like 1 fret apart. And it worked. It felt right. And I think really more than the hardware, it was that the people that make Rock Band and who made the original Guitar Hero were actual musicians, and they tried to make it feel like playing an instrument. Even if it wasn't quite the same. Obviously, it's supposed to be easy because it's a fucking game. Like, it's supposed to be relatively easy, but they did a good job of making it feel like you were playing a song just by the way they mapped the notes. And this just seems, as with all of Guitar Hero since Harmonix left, seems like a fucking gimmick. I'm going to say that now. We'll see what they say about it, and, when somebody actually gets their hands on it, what it's like. But looking at it now, it's just another gimmick in a series that has long outlived its welcome.
Everything they showed about the game itself seems really gimmicky, too.
Right. I mean, some of it's kind of cool, but it's
in
not.
In theory.
Like, yeah, and I have to say, the idea is way better than the execution.
Honestly, the live part seems really fucking stupid and pointless. So the big reveal was this live mode where you basically are looking out of someone else's eyes, playing, looking at your band members, and you're watching the crowd. So if you play like shit, the crowd starts to turn on you, and if you play well, there's basically 2 modes, good and bad. So if you're playing well, they're all excited, and if you're playing like shit, they start booing and throwing shit at you, which I don't know, maybe on paper that sounds cool, but I just don't see the fucking point. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care to see the crowd.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like the way the trailer portrayed that was that it was like literally live. Like, that's the way it put it out there. Like, oh, playing in front of a live audience that reacts to what you're doing. And it's like, wait, what?
Well,
How does
no,
that
I mean,
Yeah,
maybe they added on later. I don't remember when I read what I read, but I know they were like, well, they've got recorded audiences, a whole bunch of them.
yeah,
So if you're playing well, it would play the good audience, and if you start playing like shit, it would slowly transition over to the shitty audience. So
yeah.
it's basically
mean,
you
I
just have
personally,
recorded audiences.
I assume that that's how it would work, but that is not how the trailer states it, like at
And well,
all.
no, but it's a fucking trailer. I mean,
Yeah, I
everyone
know.
knows it's all bullshit anyway. But I know what you mean, though. It's kind of
But
like you're
yeah,
promising a lot,
they're
and we
promising
know
something
that's
that's
not
like
happening.
literally impossible.
Right. So it just seems like a stupid gimmick to me. I didn't care for it. I thought it was pointless.
And then the other half, the music video thing seems cool, but I can guarantee you, I guarantee you that will be a subscription service or something.
Parts of it will be, I think. But here's the cool part, right? So the other part of it is called Guitar Hero TV, and it's you playing the songs over like music videos, and you can just go to a channel. There's still not a whole bunch of information. They were pretty tight-lipped, but there's channels, and they'd be playing songs, and you could just hop in and play songs from the channel. And on there, they would also be playing music videos. And they mentioned that there was probably going to be, all the ones that launch with the game are free, but you could subscribe to some channels or some kind of shit, which that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, think about how much money you've spent on Rock Band DLC. It's not outside the realm of what I would consider okay to pay for something for the game. I expect that I'm going to run out of songs and I'm going to want more. So that's not the worst thing.
Yeah, but I mean, with the Rock Band, like with the DLC and stuff you get, you download it, it's yours, like forever.
Right. And we don't know how that's going to work. Yeah.
So, like with this, it's like, how much is it going to be for one?
Well, is it going to be like me paying for Spotify? And then I'm thinking, not sure about that one. If it was like $1 a month, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
That's fine, but I
$2 a month, $3 a month, maybe. We start getting up to
like
$5, $6 a month, and they can blow me.
My guess would be $5, personally.
And for one channel, if it was all of the DLC channels and you got lots of stuff, hard to say. It's a lot of money every month.
Yeah.
For something, I don't even as excited as I am for this, rebirth of rhythm games, I don't think I'm going to play them that much. It's not going to be worth it for me. Plus, let's be honest, I don't think any of us are really that excited about a new Guitar Hero anyway.
Yeah,
Rock Band's where it's at. We know what we're going to get there.
It was like Guitar Hero coming out of like the last Guitar Hero games that they've done since Harmonix stopped making them. Nobody's like jumping on this immediately.
Yeah, everybody's kind of like, oh, that's.
And
what
then they
doing.
show all this stuff, and it's like you step back a couple more steps. Like,
yeah.
All right then.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Fuck me, right?
You guys have fun with that.
Yeah.
Although on the plus side, like I looked up the developer that's making it. Apparently, they have actually made music games before.
Right. We were talking about they've actually made DJ Hero, which had some positivity, going for it. People didn't think it was complete shit when it came out. They were pretty excited about it.
If you're into that sort of thing, kind of game.
And that's kind of where I was like, well, because I think that it wasn't necessarily that they're that competent or that they just had a new idea and they went with it, which is great. But that doesn't mean that they've got anything that's really. That doesn't mean because my biggest beef with Guitar Hero was always that it just felt like a bunch of notes on the screen and like they'd put no effort into it. And I don't know that they're going to be able to fix that. I don't know how good they are at this, but we'll see. I don't like the way that they've arranged the guitar, though. That already makes me not want to play it.
Problem too, because if it was like using the old controller, they probably could have found some way to like let you get a demo of it or something. Try it out, especially with Guitar Hero being shaky like it was.
Right.
You'd want to like hype that shit up as much as possible with like actual stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't know.
As it is now,
maybe it'll be amazing. I don't think so, but
it will not. We'll see. But it's not going to be.
there's so much like iffy stuff going on here that nah.
Nah, though. Yeah. So, good times. So, I don't know. MT, do you have anything to add on to that?
No, not really. I'm still mildly interested in checking it out, but it's something I can definitely wait on.
Yeah.
I'm way more interested in Rock Band 4.
Which means you're going to buy it like a few hours after it comes out rather than pre-ordering it.
I think for me, personally, it's definitely going to be, if I buy it, it's going to be out of the bargain bin.
It depends on the song list. If it's worth a shit, maybe I'll get it recent. But
interested in seeing.
Otherwise, if it's a lot of Fall Out Boy type stuff, I'll pass.
Well, I mean, they started strong with like the song they were using in the demo. I thought, the trailer. So,
well, the first one I saw was the Fall Out Boy one.
What song did you hear, Kyle?
The fucking Black Keys.
Yeah, that song's okay.
Oh, yeah, I like the Black Keys. Yeah.
I like them. I just don't like that song all that much.
I like that song.
Which song was it?
Gold on the Ceiling.
That's what I thought. I had that in my head. Okay. I love that song. Yeah, what's wrong with you, MT?
They have better songs than that one.
They do have better songs. They have better
songs. Well, they used that song in like a promo for the NBA like finals last year or something like that, and I guess I got tired of it.
Salty ass hate.
Hey, fuck you.
So yeah, that will be interesting to see.
I'm definitely not buying it 3 times like I do every other game.
Has MT reformed?
That's how you know I'm not interested.
Wow.
I'm only buying this once.
Yeah.
I'm only going to buy it twice.
Then fuck it. Bitches.
Yeah, I have 2 different pre-orders from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Why?
Because I didn't know Best Buy was going to get more.
Oh.
And I wanted my fucking special edition.
Wait, well, aren't you going to cancel one?
Maybe. It depends on which... Well, you know my pre-order thing about that store nearby that I'm not going into because I don't want to ruin it.
The thing with the stuff and I know.
Well, you know what all that matters is you know what I'm talking about, and that's the place I pre-ordered it at first. So there's one more step I need to work on at that place, and then if it comes through, I'm canceling my Best Buy pre-order.
That'll do it. All right, well. So in other interesting news, Battlefront. Got a whole bunch of information on Battlefront. One thing I think I should bring up first that I was particularly excited to see, even though I'm probably not getting it on PC because of you fuckers. No battle log. Everyone listen to me. No fucking battle log. I saw it, as with anything that any company ever does, all their people came out to suck their dick about, it's not that bad. No.
Yes, it is.
Fucking terrible. It's some stupid fucking plugin. The reason that I have... Well, let's start at the beginning. Battlelog is a system that only PC users have to deal with. For you console people, Battlelog is just some thing where you get your stats and you don't have to give a fuck, right? On PC, for games made by DICE, which for... Well, it's Battlefield 3 and 4. That's it. Oh, and that other shitty one that just came out.
Hardline.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? So,
that's not what it's called.
It's a web page you have to launch a game. Now, you might think, well, it's buggy as fuck. The plugin doesn't update with the game. So you get your game updated, you go in there, all right, let's launch a game. Oh, the plugin's out of date. Got to restart your fucking browser. I would previously, I had used, because I'd been using Firefox, I used Chrome for that, so I had to fucking restart Firefox and all my 800 tabs because of some goddamn extension that I had to update. So you do all that shit, and you go and you search for games, which it was a nice, the search options were fine, and it had all this shit, and then I don't know why the fuck they couldn't do that in the game interface, but...
Didn't you have to pick your loadouts and stuff in it?
You had to do all of this shit from there, and then you'd launch the game, and it didn't work right. It just didn't. Sometimes you wouldn't load in. It would crash the game as soon as it loaded. A lot of the time it was fine, but it was just this constant annoyance. And what I don't get is, why does this exist? Why is this not in the game. Like, I launched the game, I just want to do everything in the game. Like, I don't
Especially,
care.
like, it'd be one thing if, it was a PC only thing, but on the consoles, it doesn't do that.
Right.
Like, so
obviously they have the capability of doing it in the game. If they gave you the option, right? If I wanted to use Battlelog, I probably wouldn't hate it so much.
Yeah, like if they had a phone app or something, so you could
If
do
it was
from
just
your
like,
phone.
oh, that's cool. If I could
As
just
an option.
do it.
Yeah.
But as it is, it's fucked. Because you don't have the option. You have to use it, and it's fucking annoying. That's just, it's just so annoying. And all the Battlefield games have used it since 3. And, when it launched, 3 was a buggy pile of shit, as with all DICE games. Everyone that's ever bought a DICE game knows this. I mean, we're talking fucking... Probably, I had never played Battlefield 1942, but I would guarantee that was a buggy piece of shit too, but I couldn't say. I know Battlefield 2 was buggy. I know Battlefield Bad Company 2 was buggy. And I know 3 and 4 were all buggy. So, that's DICE. They usually fix it, but it's... So since 3, they've had this obnoxious system that I just don't understand why it needed to exist. I really don't understand why. That perplexes me. But, here we are. And Battlefront is not going to use it.
Thank fucking
You can tell
God.
from my frustrations, it's a good thing.
Like
There's no reason to defend that. It might be okay for you. A lot of people don't want to use it. I still just don't get why they just make it some sort of option that you toggle.
Honestly, if the PC version had used it, I would have not bought it on PC no matter what.
Yeah,
Like, that's
you weren't
how
really thinking
stupid
about
it
doing
is.
it anyway, but...
Yeah, because they're still Origin.
Ugh.
The only reason I'm, going to do it maybe on console is because all of my friends are doing it there.
If all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump too?
Well, yeah, because how boring would that be, being alive by myself?
Yeah, because you couldn't make new friends or anything.
No. I mean, if it was just you guys, I wouldn't even give a shit. So, yeah, it's a good thing. There's really just no reason to defend that annoying ass system. There's not. And another good thing, and I just read about this like 20 minutes ago. There's a tweet from DICE. We have a feature called Missions that allow you to play solo or cooperatively with bots on or offline. That sounds cool. Especially because you could do it cooperatively.
I was reading a thing too. Like, it sounds like they've have a lot of different map designs for different types of things. Like, they even have some that are designed specifically for like solo play or just 2 people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's got a decent amount of variety going for it.
Which is tempered with there's not going to be a campaign. So that
They got
was
stuff
announced.
designed for single player, like for solo play though. I mean, that's
right.
it's something.
I would have liked to have a campaign,
Yeah,
It's a shooting game.
Well,
I
at the same time,
but
too,
it's
though,
Star Wars.
It's Star Wars. You know what happens.
Yeah, but I want to play it.
Like you have in like 2 other Battlefront games.
I mean, I'm going to buy... I've had VHSs, I had DVDs, and I'm eventually going to buy Blu-rays, so I don't mind paying for the same thing over and over again in higher quality. Case in point, we're all buying Battlefront. It's not going to be that different from Battlefront 2, probably.
I've never actually played a Battlefront game, so...
I've played like 20 minutes of Battlefront 2.
Battlefield with Star Wars.
That's besides...
Yeah, I kind of got that.
Pretty much all you need to know.
Wait, wasn't that what Battlefield like 2342 or whatever the fuck it was supposed to be?
I don't know. Never played it.
Yeah, neither did I. Never met anyone that has. But it is disappointing though. No campaign. I would have liked one. It kind of makes like after buying Titanfall and really feeling like I wasted money on that game because of how devoid of content it was. I'm very apprehensive about buying another multiplayer-only game because I feel like I'm just going to get bored of it pretty quickly and stop playing.
Yeah, I'm a little worried, but I mean, if the single-player stuff is strong enough, I guess. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
There's more investigation they need to give us more information first before investigation happens, but, whatever.
Whatever, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. And it also, it sucked. They announced it, and then there was all these articles. Here's what it doesn't have. It does not have space battles or anything from the prequel era, which I don't think anyone cares. But it's definitely not going to be there.
Couple maps that would have been cool.
Yeah,
but they can have it later.
I'm kind of sad about the space battle thing myself, because I remember seeing. I know it's a different team completely between now and then, but I remember like way back when they first announced the next Battlefront, like back in the early 2000s or whatever it was, they showed like someone getting into an X-wing inside of a hangar and then flying out of that hangar into space, like, and doing a space battle in there. And I know, like I said, they're different developers, but that still would have been a kind of cool thing to do.
You know? Yeah.
Unless there was like a map specifically for that, though, that seems like it would really fuck with things, though.
I wouldn't mind there being a map specifically for that, or like a mode you could do.
Oh, hell yeah.
But like just like taking off from the normal map and flying into space, that would be a little wonky.
It sounds cool, but in practice, I don't know how.
It would be real hard to pull off with the power of the PS4 and whatnot that we have today. I don't think.
Power of the PS4.
I don't think computers are there yet.
Whoa.
At least not for video game wise.
Yeah.
Someday.
Someday.
Maybe for Battlefront 14.
Yeah.
And it's EA, so you know we'll see that at some point.
It's in the game.
No, it's not.
What?
It's in the DLC.
In the DLC. Why do you say that?
Because
I give them some points. Speaking of DLC, I have to give them some points there. Like they've already announced DLC for it, of course, but it will be free. And it sounds like the main reason it's not just in the game is because it deals with the new movie coming out.
Yeah,
so they're going to release it shortly before.
Which is funny too, because at the same time, why the fuck would you pre-order for that? And let's be honest, I found that article earlier today that said you'd have to be out of your mind to pre-order this game. Yeah, you would. You'd have to be out of your fucking mind to ever pre-order from DICE ever again. You'd have to be fucking crazy. And the only maybe they just don't care. If they don't, kudos to them. But the pre-order DLC was just funny. It was like you get to play the DLC like a week early or something.
It was one of those things, though. At least it is just something stupid, and it's not. Pre-order and get all this special stuff.
It's funny to me because most of the other companies are giant doucheholes about that kind of stuff. Like Mortal Kombat X, you had to fucking pre-order to get Goro. Holy shit! Are you kidding me? He's like the fucking most popular character in that series, and you're gonna make us fucking pre-order to get him? Ugh! That made me mad.
And then
I don't know if you could tell just from the tone of voice, but yeah. So kudos to them for not being dickbags, but it's kind of funny that there even is anything because it's so sad.
I'll probably do the same thing I do with every other game: pre-order it the day before it comes out. If I plan to buy it at launch.
Not a bad idea. I pre-ordered Mortal Kombat like a week before. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get it. MT was like, I'll get it, and I was like, fine, fuck it.
And then you haven't played it.
I'm playing. We'll get to that later. Important things.
Things are happening,
sir. That's I don't know. Anything else I left out about Battlefront?
There will be split screen on the consoles, so local co-op.
That's cool.
Yeah, you don't see that often
not on
anymore.
PC, which somebody felt the need to announce it in the most dramatic way.
Oh no, because that happens.
And it's I know it sucks. I wish that they would do that, but it's not like it's a common thing. And it's let's be honest, it's a little more complicated for PC.
One of
We're
the
not
things
quite
I saw
there yet.
About it that people were kind of bitchy about, which is one of those. It still seems like oh no, is like when you control the big fucking walker thing. I forget what they're called.
AT-ATs?
Yeah. It's basically on rails.
You forgot the name of an AT-AT?
I'm not that big of a fucking Star Wars person. I've never owned any of the movies. I'm not even that big of one either. I've seen the movies. That's about what it comes down to. I've seen the movies. Didn't you play
both of the Forces Unleashed games?
Yeah, I played those too. Like that's pretty much like the limits of my stuff. Like some of the Old Republic stuff, the Force Unleashed games, and the movies.
Ever play the Jedi Outcast games? Those are pretty fun.
Nope.
Oh. Well, or Jedi Knight games. I don't know. Whatever.
Like you can, if you get into one of those, like you can't actually control its movement. It's on rails basically. But it's fucking enormous, and oh no.
It probably would be kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I
when you get into something that big, you want to shoot the lasers, not walk the feet.
To those listening that have never played a Battlefield game, piloting things in Battlefield is an exercise in futility. If it's not a Jeep or a tank, you really don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, I've heard the helicopters are...
flying, no.
Death machines.
Yeah. Flying is not fun.
The jets aren't any better.
The jet, it's amazing how quickly you can kill yourself in a jet. That's all I know about them.
Because from what I understand from like people that were actually in the Air Force, like those things are not difficult to fly. Like if you can fly one of those, you probably can't fly anything else because it's completely different.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
Really simple.
Helicopter was a little easier, still not the most fun though. Any little thing you did, you would into the ground. So
one other cool thing that I saw is there was something about like if you're playing with other people, like you can actually there's something you can do which basically makes it makes some kind of connection between you and the other person, and you always see them on the mini map, and like when you respawn, you will respawn near them every time, and then you can share like
an infantry
upgrades
that you
and stuff
could do
with them. Yeah.
So he'd be on your squad?
Yeah, squad, that's the word I was looking for. Probably a squad mate type of deal.
Yeah, they had some specific term for it, but yeah, I mean, it seemed like a nice little thing if you actually play with people you know, so.
Yeah, like when you played Battlefield, if someone was in your squad, you could pick from the people in your squad and spawn on one of them. So I bet it would be like that.
Yeah.
Which would really help if you had like a team leader who kind of hung back a little while you just threw yourself at whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it looks fun. I will not pre-order this game. There's just no way. Maybe like you said, a day before or whatever, but
yeah. So far, it does seem interesting though, so I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. And now on to things that make us mad.
Oh boy.
Got some interesting news from Bungie this week. If you play Destiny, I am sorry. I'm so mad that I can't even get that mad anymore. They revealed the new expansion, which I just want to point out one more time. These cost retail MSRP $20. I want that in your brain right now as you listen to what nothing is in this fucking expansion right now.
Well, especially
as far as we know.
When you consider you paid $20 for more than the other ones, and you're getting in this one.
Yeah. Yes. And 20, let us be clear too, or let me be clear. The $20, the last expansion was a fucking joke too.
Yep.
It was a pitiful amount of content, and they should be ashamed of themselves. What they've announced for this next one is fucking mind-alteringly bad. There aren't words. As far as we could tell, it's going to be another of, an hour of missions again? As far as we know. They didn't announce that, but we know it's going to be in there. They're opening up the reef. We thought there was going to be a raid there. Turns out, no, fuck you. Instead of the raid, we get a 3-player mode that's basically Horde mode, which, okay, it's called, Prison of Elders?
Prison of Elders, yeah.
Okay, now, to be fair, we don't know what it is. But here's the thing. Nothing Bungie's done thus far really has earned them the right for me to not immediately assume it's going to be shit. Because everything they've done since the game launched, with a few notable exceptions, has been shit. The Crota raid is lazy. The Crota hard mode is lazier. The amount of missions in the last DLC is fucking laughable. So, a lot of people are like, yeah, you haven't earned the benefit of the doubt. We've already played this game with the last expansion. And it didn't turn out that well.
What I'm expecting Prison of Elders to be is functionally it'll probably be a really lazy raid. I've seen them do this kind of thing in MMOs before, in between bigger like raid releases,
just to shit something out so people have something to do.
And it'll like it'll give you loot, like a raid would and stuff, but it'll be basically just waves of enemies. Boss.
So it'll be like enemies, the rest of Destiny, basically. Waves of enemies.
Yeah, pretty much. Only without any real moving around anywhere.
It'll be waves of enemies with no Dinklebot. It's like, oh, that's new and exciting.
No, there's actually an improvement.
That asshole talk between the waves, right?
We already did that with Dark Below. He didn't talk in that.
Oh, thank God.
But no, the thing that gets me is, why is it 3-player? Why?
Yeah,
why?
That is what bothers me. I think the rage would subside just a little bit if we could play with a raid party still. But they had the audacity to put a mode into this that's only for 3 fucking people. And at the same time, remember they've been talking about the Trials of Osiris since before the last fucking expansion? They're acting like that's part of this. You've been working on that since before the fucking game came out. We thought that was going to be part of the other DLC. You gave us nothing in that one. We didn't get any new multiplayer thing in that one. We got more Iron Banner. Like, who gives a fuck?
We got an improved Iron Banner.
Forever.
Yeah, Iron Banner forever.
Iron Banner you have to pay for to get into now.
I don't give a fuck. Because I'm not going to play it. I don't care. PvP sucks. It's mildly amusing sometimes if you don't give a fuck. And you're just playing with your friends for like an hour, but there's just nothing there. I can't care. There's too many one-hit kills, and it's just, they apparently revamped it, so there's less shotguns and shit, but people are still going to be supering like fucking crazy, which was probably the most annoying thing. At least getting shot by a shotgun, it was like, well, I'm a dumbass, and I just ran past a fucking corner. Duh. Of course I got shot by some dumbass camping. Welcome to shooters, right? But having somebody launch themselves from 50 feet away with the fists of fucking fury, no, that sucks. Having someone shoot me across the map with the golden gun, that sucks. Somebody waiting around a corner with my dumbass can see the fucking red on the radar and still getting shot, that's my fault. Completely. I never got why people got so mad about shotguns. Like, you gotta get so close. Like, you have fucked up. Like, you fucked up when you get shot by a shotgun. It's not like they're doing it across the map.
I think the thing that mainly, annoyed the fuck out of me when they announced all this stuff is they're like, because people were so mad at the other raids, we feel we need to work more time to work on the raids, so we're just not putting it in here. And we'll give it to you with a later release, which means something you have to pay for.
And that's what it
would be really something completely different if it was, oh shit, we want to make sure this is really, really good and that it's not broken as fuck. So it's not going to be in the initial release, and we'll release it, a few weeks down the line.
Kind of like the first expansion, kind of like the first raid where it didn't come the day we got the game.
Yeah. Even if they weren't planning on it, they could fix this by just saying you're going to get the raid for free later.
No, they could probably fix this by saying, hey, okay, the other raids now drop higher level loot. Go for it. Higher level versions.
That's not going to fix it. They've already announced a system in the new game that's going to let you level up your weapons. You can level up raid weapons. Yes.
Oh, okay.
They put a picture of that one that none of us fucking have.
Fatebringer.
Yeah.
And I have it, so fuck you.
Eat a dick. They had a picture of that being upgraded.
Okay. Well, never mind then.
It's too little too late. That's not a new raid. I didn't pay $20 to upgrade my weapons to a higher number. I don't give a fuck. That's bullshit. That's somebody flicking a fucking switch somewhere. No, that won't do it. I want the raid. That's half the reason that you pay the $20. And again, I would just like to mention, $20 for one raid and 4 story missions is not okay. Not okay. If they would have split it out into 2 $10 DLCs, you pay $10 if you want this multiplayer bullshit and $10 if you want the single player, that might be worth it. I might be okay with that. And that's part of the problem. They're bundling multiplayer and single player content together, and if you don't want one of those things, you're fucking paying for nothing. And I think that's part of why people get so mad. I'm paying $20 and getting almost nothing for it. I don't care about the fucking Trials of Osiris.
I'm legitimately interested to see how many story missions this will have.
They've already said, I think they've already said it's going to be like 4.
Did they?
I know I've seen something about it recently, but I couldn't find it when I was searching a minute ago. I have to look into it.
I know they data mined how many missions there are going to be, and we are all...
That's probably what it was.
About how it was going to be. And the other thing that pissed people off was they very strongly hinted there was going to be a raid in both expansions. Because that's what you would expect. And in fact, when they data mined, there were screens in there that said, buy the DLC so you can get the raid. And there was a place where there was a raid. All this shit, you know? And they fucking pulled it. And that makes people mad. I'm mad. I stopped playing. I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore.
Yep.
I'm done. When it releases, I'll play it because I already fucking paid for it. A mistake I will not make again. Season passes can go suck a dick. I'm done with that shit. I'm done with it. No more. No more. I had a good experience with Borderlands, and I thought, hey, this is cool. No. No. Not every company is like that. The Borderlands thing was a great fucking deal. All the other season pass stuff I've seen is a fucking just no. Just don't waste your money. If you haven't already bought this DLC, you should definitely not buy it. Or at least wait to see what actually happens.
Well,
if you're an idiot like me and you've already bought it, well, sorry. Choo-choo, motherfucker.
at least because of that, you only had to pay, what, like $15 for it? Oh. Could have been worse.
Could have been better.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
So, yeah, I was pretty fucking mad when I read about this, and you know, most of Reddit was. Here's what, as I mentioned earlier, here's what drives me nuts: when companies make bad decisions like this and fuck over their customers, there's always a bunch of people. I just don't understand the cognitive dissonance that goes into like, oh, it's not that bad. I mean, it's like, oh, he only raped me a little bit. Like, no, it's not okay. It's shit. Why would you defend that? Like, this is not a good thing, right? Like, what's good about this? We wanted a better thing and we got a shitty thing. Like, I don't understand how. Like, if your defense is it's not that bad, then that means that it's bad. Or it's even worse. Am I the only one that's excited? No, shut the fuck up. You shouldn't be excited. Quit being a fucking retard. Like, I don't know if it's just a bunch of kids who have this bought for them and have no concept of what things cost, or I don't know, but it's kind of ridiculous.
My opinion is, like, you know, I wouldn't say I'm mad. I'm just resigned. I expect this now.
I'm just really disappointed, honestly, because this, to me, was make or break for Destiny. Like, I've been saying since the first expansion drop, like, if this is what we're getting, I'm just gonna check out, because this is pathetic.
Well, not only is this what we're getting, but is this what we're getting after they delayed it for an extra 2 months?
Right.
Yeah.
We thought this was coming in March. They delayed till May to give us less shit. It's fucking mind-boggling. I would have rather they announced another 2-3 month delay and given us a raid. That's what I would have rather had.
Yep.
This is shit. I don't want this. I'm fucking mad that it makes me more mad because I already paid for it, because I'm a fucking sucker. I liked Halo. Fuck me, right? I liked Halo and I thought, hey, it's Bungie. Well, no. It's basically the old Blizzard. This is fucking Diablo 3 launch Blizzard team. That is who we have right here. The same, oh, this isn't how our game was meant to be played. If I see that one more fucking time, I'm going to explode in just a firebomb of rage. That statement is the most insidious, lazy, shitty-ass reasoning for anything I have ever fucking seen. And it's always given by shitty hack developers. The Diablo 3 people said that constantly. And everyone got pissed and stopped playing the game. And then they brought new guys in and were like, hey, why don't we actually do what you ask? Holy fuck! Right? So, It's the same fucking thing happening over and over again. And I think that actually frustrates me even more because I've already gone through this once before, and I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Only once?
This specifically shittily, yes. In this particular way. It's like the same fucking thing happening over and over again. Mind-boggling. So there's just no excuse for this. It's shitty. No one should defend this. Bungie doesn't need you to go suck their dick. They made a bad decision that they shouldn't have made. Like, I just don't get why anyone would defend that. So, whatever. I'm not going to be happy when this comes out. They killed so much. I probably would have swallowed down another DLC that was just like the first one and been sort of disappointed. But this makes me mad. So, bad decisions. I guess we'll see what happens in the next month. Was it launch?
Yeah, it's about a month away, I think.
Yeah, I know it launches in
May something 19th, I think.
19th, yep, so exactly a month away.
Exactly 1 month from when we are recording this.
All I know is I heard no raid and I stopped caring.
Yeah, kind of. And it's, I know people get, I think the people that really like stuff get annoyed with people that get mad, but I just gotta say, like, I get mad because I like the game.
Yeah.
Like, the core of it is so fun. That's
one thing you really say about the game, too. Like, there's so much rage about this game, and that means a lot of people actually care about it. They want it to be good.
Like, if I just hated it, I would just stop playing. I don't play Diablo 3 anymore, and I never will, probably. I don't think they can fix it enough to unfuck how mad they made me. I'll give them kudos. They got me to fucking sucker into the expansion, and I played through it a bit, but the magic was gone.
Yeah, well, part of the problem with that is it was so bad when it first launched, and we sucked so many fucking
hours that I was just sick to death of
it. Even some of the big fixes they made really early, I was already like 500 hours out.
Right. When
they added the Paragon system, and I was just like, I don't care anymore.
Right. About the time they added Paragon, I was checked out. I was done. I don't care.
It was unfortunate because that made it a lot better.
And I came back for the expansion and I tried, and like I said, the magic was gone. They killed it. They killed it.
I still play it a little bit, but yeah, it's not the same.
It's not, and it won't be. It'll never be the same because of how shittily it was handled.
It's unfortunate because it is so much better than it was, but
I mean, being better than shit, it's
not hard to do, but
we got addicted to this shit. It was running purely on fucking nostalgia glasses and happy memories. So, but yeah, that's what makes it so disappointing. Is they have a game that is well made as far as the gameplay is concerned. The guns feel great. Movement is great. Some of the weapons are really fun to use, and every other system around that has massive glaring issues. Like, they got the gunplay and nothing else. The story is beyond terrible. I mean, okay, let's level here. The story in Halo, not exactly a masterpiece, but it was engaging. You got invested in Master Chief. He was a badass. It was cool. It was fun. It existed. There was a story there. You could tell what the fuck was happening, at least to some extent. The story does get a bit confusing at times, but you could follow along and it was interesting. The story in this game is absolute fucking dog shit. And I'm not normally that much of a critic of story, but this is the worst fucking story I think I can think of in a game I've been this excited about. Diablo 3 had a better story than this.
I was playing through a lot of the story again last night with a friend who just got the game, and he made a comment about it that I think really made sense with like why the story got so fucked up. Because, coming out of Halo where you got this big badass protagonist and he's like super important to everything going on. And what they tried to do with this game was make you not important. You're not special. You're just one of many guardians. And they didn't know how to do that. Like,
there's no attachment to the character. And I mean, it's weird because in an MMO, you know that you're in a universe, but in an MMO, you're still the most important person.
Sometimes.
Generally. And those are successful.
That depends.
But, I mean, that's not all of it. Part of it is the story just barely makes any fucking sense. And I think why
I say that is because I think that's why it doesn't make sense. Because instead of just making you not important to the story, they made it so that the story is an important period because of who you are. Like, they don't explain anything to you because nobody cares about you.
Right.
And it comes off as just really bad writing.
That's a good point. And compounded on that,
it's like, even when you start the game, it's like, oh, hey, you're alive. Not going to tell you what that means.
What's up, dude? All right, let's kill shit.
Here, let's go talk to the speaker. And the speaker's all like, hey, you're a guardian. Light and stuff. Get out there.
Stories that I could tell you.
Not good.
I won't tell you, but I could.
The children are afraid.
I'm busy filming a real movie right now. Because I'm that guy with that cool voice. They did get so many cool voice actors to it. It's amazing how badly they fucking handled them.
Parts too.
Oh God, that guy that played the speaker is a fucking cool ass guy. He is. I've seen him in a couple movies. I love that guy. He just, you see his face and he's just cool and he's old and British and I fucking love it.
Well, then you got Nathan Fillion as a fucking
you
class
barely
bender.
even speak to him. You hired Nathan Fillion to say like 4 sentences. What?
But yeah, like even the guy I was playing with last night, he's like, he talked to like, it's like the special goods vendor or whatever. He's like,
Cade.
Is that
it's Cade, the guy? He's one of the guys downstairs. Your guardian buddy dudes.
Well,
wow, I really can't.
Like he's talking about one of the other ones though. He's like, is this Claudia Black? What the fuck is she doing? Like, this vendor doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah, the special items.
Oh, special orders.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It define like, okay, you got those people playing these weird parts, and then you have people I've never heard of playing the antagonist. Like your voice that you hear, you know, for at least 3 or 4 times. I
actually did know a few of those, but yeah, like the rest of them are really big names.
Like, it's Nathan Fillion. How do you not have that guy talking more? Like, how much did you pay him? But that's besides the point. The thing I really wanted to bring up, I thought was badly done, was instead of, if you'd sat there for movies, I think you would have taken in the story a little more. Of course, you would have been pissed because you can't fucking skip any of them, which is a whole other slew of problems that I'm not even going to get into. But if you could, the part of it that I think doesn't help your immersion in the story is he's talking to you constantly while you're doing shit. I don't want to hear this shit. I'm trying to shoot things. And you're just talking incessantly about, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because I'm trying to run from here to there right now, and I'm paying attention to other shit. So he's droning on about God knows what, about fat guys throwing planets at shit, and I'm on Mars trying to get over the fucking spot where I get my speeder back. I'm not listening to half of what he's saying. I might have heard something about a planet hitting things. I don't know. I'm trying to do something.
So
having all these voiceovers completely ruins your immersion in the story. Because you're not listening.
Where you have to stand still and actually listen to him. He says the most stupid, like, filler techno-battle bullshit.
Yeah. Like when you get your fucking Sparrow the first time. Oh, that is the most cringeworthy shit ever.
Untangling ket vectors.
Yeah.
What?
Just say I'm fucking getting the speeder. Like, just please.
No, I think it's one of the ones on Mars. He's all like, oh, well, MS-DOS is harder than this. Or something.
At least that had some context. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I think the problem that a lot of writers make when they're trying to make a technical thing?
Sci-fi.
They like to make up a bunch of shit when it's not necessary at all. Like when you watch Star Trek, there's terms in the show that they actually fucking reuse, right?
Yeah.
They apply multiple times. It's a thing. You know, you learn the thing and it happens sometimes. When you have this throwaway babble shit where somebody just blurts out just bleh, and then never refers to it again, it sounds like shit. It's unnecessary. Just say, hey, I'm pulling down a sparrow right now. Give me a sec. Wouldn't that sound nice? It would. It wouldn't sound cringeworthy. But, man, we could babble on about why Destiny has got so many faults forever, but just trying to kind of point out why people get so mad. They get mad because they care. They get mad because the game could have been better.
He hits me because he loves me.
Exactly.
I hate you because I love you. If they could just put some fucking effort into it, just give us what we want.
We want to play more of your game, damn it.
I'll tell you what, they're not going to sucker me into a pre-order again. That's definitely not happening. I learned my lesson. When Destiny 2 eventually comes out, we'll see how that goes. And I don't know. They need to fix this. This shit that they've given us as an expansion pack is unacceptable. Unless there's some... And again, I'm not giving them the benefit... We'll see. Right? We'll see. I'm mad because I don't give them the benefit of the doubt. They haven't earned that. But hey, maybe something fucking mind-blowing comes out of this new mode. Maybe it's the most amazing thing. Maybe they pull their heads out of their asses and let us have 6 players at least. Who knows? But if they don't put out something really cool, they need to just bite the fucking bullet, and whatever raid they're working on needs to be included in this, even if it's later. That is how you fix this. Because at this point, I'm going to play the expansion and then never put the game in my console again. I'm done. I don't care. Maybe I'll get a month out of it. I don't know. I'll probably start playing and be like, ooh, yay, cool, but I'm definitely not buying anything from them again. There's going to have to be something amazing. And to make up for this, I would just say it'd be easiest, just give us the fucking raid. We want the raid. We want a not shitty raid, too. That would be preferable.
Well,
I'd like to not have a repeat of Crota.
However this goes down, the easiest way, I think, to win people back would be, okay, now we have a raid. Here it is for free.
You bought the second expansion. Here you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Especially if their excuse was, we want it to be good, so we're saving it for later.
Right.
When it's done. Then give it to us for free, and you'll be good.
I mean, what did they honestly think would happen when they announced this? Like, what possibly did they think would happen here? Did they think we'd be happy? Did they think that more people would be like the sycophants that are like, oh, this sounds great? Really? Come on. They can't be that stupid. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. I really wonder what they thought the reaction to this would be. I just can't picture it. I can't. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. At the very least, this mode that we're getting instead of the raid really should have detailed what it was.
Yeah. Well, I don't
they told us
even,
nothing.
Yeah, I think I've read, too, they're not showing anything about that until
like a week before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the last thing they're going to talk about.
They're fucking crazy.
Yeah, here, they do the reveal for the Reef in 2 days. The Trials of Osiris on the 29th.
And then this on May 6th.
Yep.
They said an unannounced event is planned for May 8th. We'll see what happens there. Haha, just kidding, there's a raid.
It's going to be, the Traveler's going to be replaced by the Purple Ball.
The Traveler, the whole fucking thing.
I'd be okay with that, actually. It turns out the Purple Ball was a source of trouble this whole time.
No, that thing is freaking out now. You touch it and it lights up.
Got cosmic energy now.
Yeah. It has the power cosmic. It's the Herald of Galactus. He's coming.
Gross. So anyway, moving on to less rage-inducing shit. We've got some laughs. We've got some and we got some of the shit that we've been playing this week. So, Sony bought OnLive. That's interesting, huh?
And then shut it down because they hate technology.
Oh! So
which is not what happened, but...
It's not.
Shit. If you even know what OnLive is, I want you to think back to the last time you gave a fuck.
Actually,
right around launch.
About
or
OnLive?
was it when they gave you Batman free if you had a tablet? Was that the last time you looked? Pretty sure that's the last time anyone looked. Because they're up for sale. They're going out of business because no one fucking uses it.
It's unfortunate though, because I did a lot of research after they announced this because of like all the conflicting like things I saw about it. Like apparently, like after like their shitstorm went down, like and they got bought out by another company, like they actually improved a lot, and it was doing really well, but nobody cared anymore, and they could never pull themselves out of that hole.
Too late. Sucks. It's disappointing. I used it though, and it's not great.
When did you use it?
It was ahead of its time, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't use it after all the improvements.
Yeah.
But it was not acceptable.
When it launched, it was really bad.
Like, the shooters were impossible. I don't know what the fuck they did. Like, did they pay people to say, oh, the lag's not that bad? Because it is. It was. It was bad.
Yeah, apparently it worked pretty respectably. When
maybe
what it was as
Sony's
of like
current service,
2013, I think is when they really pulled themselves around.
Wow, no, I definitely wasn't looking then.
Yeah, exactly, and nobody was. And like as you know, big of a thing is it, you know, it's definitely the next thing. If you look at any other form of entertainment, that's how it's gone.
Yeah, streaming.
Everything goes to digital streaming. And then to streaming. So
right, people don't want to have to actually get the thing; they just want to boop, play it.
It's definitely the next thing. But yeah, they were way ahead of the curve on that for sure.
And unfortunately, they made kind of a bad name for themselves, which is sad.
One thing that's nice too that I was reading, but yeah, they were actually like looking to sell off their stuff.
Yeah,
and they turned down
Sony
some
was
people
like, all right.
because they were like you could tell like they must have been able to tell they were just patent trolls or something.
Probably, it's pretty fucking obvious. Oh, you're a law firm and you want our patents? We're good.
But yeah, they saw what Sony was doing already with PlayStation Now, and so
like, well, at least these fucking guys are doing stuff.
Yeah, so I'm hoping like maybe like some of the stuff they get will really help them improve that. Like now that
servers, some technology, who knows?
Yeah,
something's got to be coming out of that. Hopefully, and maybe maybe someone will make them pull their fucking heads out of their asses about pricing. Jesus Christ! Let's not get into that again.
I haven't even looked in a long time. I gave up on pricing being worth the shit.
Terrible.
Yeah. Like the subscription thing is in there now, and that's not too bad.
It's
be better.
Still way
Could be
too
a little
much.
better.
Isn't it like $15 a month?
Yeah, I mean
that's too much.
That's acceptable.
Nah,
not for
what does
you.
GameFly
maybe.
Cost?
I don't know.
I'm genuinely curious.
The way I look at it, though,
I'm going to the price.
I've paid $15 a month for one game, so
yeah. See, that's a lot of people don't find that acceptable.
A lot of people being,
people that don't play MMOs.
I mean, just look at WoW though. Like it regularly gets up to like 10 million subscribers. So obviously, there's enough people willing to do that it can work.
All right, GameFly is $15.95 a month.
Well, there you go.
One game out at a time. And that's why I'm not getting GameFly.
No. But I find the price point acceptable. Not
it's
great.
Just,
acceptable.
Here's the thing about that, though, is all the games there are there because they're old. Makes it a little less worth it. And, to people like us, we still have our PS3s, so I guess it's not really for us.
That's
but
where
the thing is, if the pricing had been better, it would be good enough to make me buy it there instead of taking out my PS3. Because as it is, fuck that. I'm going to hook my PS3 back up. But that's kind of a pain in the ass. It's slow. The controllers are a little suckier. I like my PS4. If the price points were just that much better, I'd go, fuck it. And I would just play it on there. But they're not. They're not good enough. So, they'd still get all the Xbox people that were going to do it, but they'd also get the people that had PS3s that just didn't want to deal with their PS3s.
Or a lot of people, I'm sure, traded in their PS3 to get a PS4.
Or that, too.
But, yeah,
of course, with the trend with remakes for fucking new gen, Jesus Christ, man, we don't need a streaming service because they're just going to redo every game that came out in the past 3 years.
Pretty much.
Super duper next gen edition. Holy fuck. Jesus, even Dark Souls 2 got a fucking port over. Jeez.
Sounded like that one might have needed it.
Well, yeah. I heard it was kind of a pile of shit on last gen.
But, yeah, I haven't tried the service out myself yet. either, because I have so many backlogged games on my PS3 anyways.
I don't even have time for that.
Yeah. If I ever get that burned down, maybe I'll give it a shot, because there are a few things on there that I don't own that I wouldn't mind playing. But, don't need it.
Pretty much. So, moving along, another cool thing. You actually found this. What's this all about? Good old games thing.
Oh, yeah. Basically, they're starting like a service that's really small right now. I think there's only 3 games on it. And they're games that nobody really cares about. I think a couple of the stalker games and something else. But on Good Old Games, if you have like an old copy of the game, like you still have the CD key, you can actually like put in your CD key and get a digital copy of the game to download. And it'll, be through their site, and you'll have it then through that, which is pretty cool. Nice, especially if they expand it. And it's DRM free, just like all their other stuff is.
Yeah, I really like that. I like that company.
Let's see.
They do a lot of great stuff.
The games on it right now are Aeodor Genesis, Stalker Shadows of Chernobyl, Stalker Call of Pripyat, Stalker Clear Sky, and Mountain Blade Warband, and Mountain Blade with Fire and Sword.
Not exactly the biggest list, but whatever.
That's a start. I mean, if they keep expanding that, this is going to be like a really, really cool thing.
Yeah, for sure. So I like that idea. That's like really cool.
Yeah.
One of the things I wish we could do that with physical copies of console games.
Oh man, that would be nice.
Wouldn't it? Someday.
I'm surprised. Like I could see them eventually jumping on that, like kind of like they do with fucking Blu-ray movies and stuff. Now you buy a
the
Blu-ray,
ultraviolet copy. Yeah, well,
even not just that, but like a lot of other companies do it too.
The Disney one. Have you seen what they've done with those Disney ones now? You can get that shit out of the Google Play Store. You can sync up your Disney account and have it in the Google Play Store.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. I went digging through all my old Blu-rays, hoping I hadn't thrown out the stupid pieces of paper. Managed to get a few things. I got, like Avengers or, whatever shit.
Yeah.
Whatever came out after they were Disney. And I was like, ooh! Free things!
But you see that with most movies now, and like a lot of them too. Like Disney is really good about it. You buy the fucking Blu-ray copy, you get a DVD copy too, just for the fuck of it.
Yeah,
and then the digital copy.
Take it. It costs us 3 cents to throw this in, so whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, I'd like to. That would be really cool if games started doing that.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that'd be cool. Of course, they want us to buy digital for a reason, but
I need to incentivize that shit then.
Yeah, they need to make it cost less, like The Witcher 3 dev is.
Well, transition.
Hey!
Yeah, speaking of, Witcher 3 finally went gold, which kudos for them for actually delaying it as long as it took, so that when the game comes out, it's not buggy as all shit, hopefully. And then if you buy it digital, you get like 10% off of the price, and you get like a day, or about half a day, I think it is, or 6 hours or something like that, early access. They're unlocking it sooner than it would otherwise.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's a start. It's about that fucking time somebody tried to incentivize digital copies.
Yeah. I still don't know if that's enough for me, but it's better than nothing.
It's small, but it's a start.
So that's commendable. I'm happy with that. Everyone should do that. Been saying they should have done that forever.
Yep.
All right, so in funny for us news. 2 things happened recently with some Microsoft people.
Well, ex-Microsoft in case of the first guy.
Whatever. That guy fucking just bleeds Microsoft. He just exudes douche. Don Matrick has left Zynga after like a year? Fuck. That guy had a short run. 2 years? I don't know.
July 2013.
Damn. That is sad. Just shy of 2 years.
Not even Zynga wants him.
Gone. The old CEO
Zynga got smart.
Was like, I'm gonna
they realized their mistake.
What
have we done?
Yeah. Wait, you mean the guy that almost sank the Xbox One launch didn't do a good job? What? All right. well, let's get him the fuck out of here.
The investors realized who they hired. We hired who?
Oh, fuck, I thought it was the other guy.
I thought it was John Metric. Oh, God. What have we done?
Fuck. And then his cohort at Xbox is now left as well. Phil Harrison.
He is no longer at Microsoft, and
much about him, but I
there
know
is much
when
rejoicing.
I see his face, I don't like it. And I know that he was one of Matrix's people, so that can only be good.
We talked about him a little bit a few weeks ago. He's the one that got all butthurt over not being moved up when Matrix left.
Oh yeah, that's because he looks like a fucking android. Programmed by...
Like, wasn't there... I thought I saw, like, a comment, too. Wasn't he, like, the last of the people that was, like, big in with Matrix?
Probably,
that was left with the company.
Yep. That's why I say really only good things could come from that, because they need to get the fuck away from the past. Microsoft have been enormous douchebags since the original Xbox. Now, as a gaming community, not many gamers probably pay that much attention to computer shit, right? But anyone that's used computers or read about things in the computer world knows that Microsoft is a big company full of dicks. So when they entered the gaming space, we all knew their entire goal, and which is what they did, was spend money because holy fuck, we have billions, and just keep spending and spending and spending until we got a spot near the top of whatever market we enter. And that's what they did. The original Xbox was a fucking failure for the most part. It did terrible. They didn't make their money back at all. But they just kept pouring money in, pouring it in. Probably not that unlike Sony. Another huge company that just poured money out. Of course, they actually managed to sell consoles. But, you know, I never liked them.
Sony popped in at the right moment because like Nintendo was a bunch of dicks to third-party people.
They jumped in as Sega was eating dicks and as everyone was just absolutely beyond pissed at Nintendo and their bullshit. And they swooped in. Were like, hey, you do whatever you want. We don't give a fuck. Here you go.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what?
Discs.
Yeah, fuck it. These things cost like 5 cents. Whatever. Fuck it. Okay. So that's what happened there. But Microsoft, I mean, it was pretty clear. Their intent was to do what they've always done, which is take over the market by spending all of the money that they had and then fuck everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no sympathy for that company and their ways. I never liked the idea of paying for Xbox Live. I still fucking hate them for that because now Sony's doing it. And I might like Sony more than Microsoft, but I don't think that's okay. If I don't have to pay for Steam, I shouldn't have to pay for fucking Xbox Live or PS. At least, the one thing I'll give Sony is at least I'm getting something. Like, I paid for PS Plus when I didn't have to because it gave me stuff. So, at least there's that. And at least that made Microsoft do that.
Yeah.
But the whole concept of paying just to play a game online, probably why I never wanted to play MMOs. Really just seems wrong. I don't want to pay every month to play one game. But, and it's funny too when you think about it. I'll pay $20 for an expansion, but I won't pay every month to play the game. I don't know. Anyway, the moral of the story is Microsoft are a bunch of dick faces, and anyone that ran the company previously leaving is probably good because the new guy seems like he's actually pretty alright.
Yeah, good things so far, so as long as he keeps that up.
Maybe a bit delusional about the camera, but, you know, whatever. What are you going to do?
It's probably the concession he had to make for doing all the awesome things. Fine, I will try to do something with this fucking thing.
I'll say things about Kinect. I don't know, whatever. Fuck you guys.
If I have to.
If I must. And that brings us to, I don't even know. Kojima's leaving Konami, and a bunch of shit happened. I mean, really, there's been like a billion fucking articles.
Yeah, we talked about it quite a bit. What was it, about a month ago? When it first announced. Not a lot of more information has come out.
And we still know nothing.
The main thing, the main new thing with it, though, is that Silent Hills is canceled. It's dead.
He will not let them use the Fox engine.
Yeah, it was going to use the Fox engine. And he's like, nah, that's mine. It's
Yeah,
coming
I
with
made
me.
that. Fuck you guys. I'm taking my ball and going home.
Probably the sad part about it all is fucking Guillermo del Toro. He
Again.
gets screwed out of fucking video game stuff. He seems to want to do it so bad, and then every project he's been part of just falls apart, and it's never his fault.
Poor guy.
There was that, what was it, supposed to be a game trilogy, like Insane or something like that he was working on that
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
died before it got anywhere.
Poor guy.
He seems to like just not have a lot of luck with the projects he wants to do in the first place, other than like, he got Pacific Rim and that was about it.
No, he's getting Pacific Rim 2.
Well, that's fine, but there's like a lot of other shit that I've always heard about him wanting to do, and just everybody's like, no, you can't do that.
Which is kind of sad, because he's a pretty good director from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even normally go for that kind of shit, but I thought Pan's Labyrinth was pretty cool.
Yep.
And yeah, Pacific Rim was badass as fuck.
And the Hellboy movies were pretty good, I thought.
Hell yeah, I own them. I loved those movies.
I have those.
I have those. I have that thing. I like that guy. I don't think I'd buy Pan's Labyrinth, but I had fun. It was good. One of those, you watch that you've seen it, whatever. Pacific Rim, though, that's I watched that a few times. That's a fun movie.
Yeah, I bought that one. That's one of the movies that I'm like just sorely, utterly disappointed that I did not get to see in the theater. Like I just did not have the money at the time, and I regret it every day.
Well, when it first came out, I was like, this is retarded. I'll just rent it later. But I'm glad. I think Mike dragged us to see it or something. I don't remember. And I was like, holy fuck, this is fucking awesome. For a while there, I was kind of stuck up about movies. Now I've gone back to not giving a shit.
You were around Betty and Xylas too much.
No. Probably my ex. But, yeah. That guy. He just needs to make something. Just let the guy fucking do anything. Just let him do a game. But let him make a Pacific Rim game. It'd probably be the only tie-in movie game that wasn't absolute dog shit. Other than, The Couple, like Spider-Man 2, or I genuinely can't think of another one. I'm sure there's one.
Can't do much worse than the official Pacific Rim game that came out.
There was a game?
It was a one-on-one fighting game.
Oh God. What?
And it was terrible.
I guess I get it, but what?
They gotta make something, bro.
Please tell me, did it play out like that?
You have no words.
Please tell me it was like almost exactly like that Power Rangers fighting game they did.
Probably.
There was a Power Rangers fighting game?
Yes, it was terrible and amazing at the same time. It was
wow.
Okay. It was on like Genesis and SNES, I think. Something like that.
Right.
I rented it once. It was so bad.
So sorry. So sorry.
That's how they get. That's like why those things work, because you get all these heels. They're like, I like this.
I like
games.
I like Thing. I want to play Thing. All right. So, what have we been playing this week?
Quite a bit for me, actually.
Go on.
I actually finally, and I didn't have to take any pills to do it, got through Final Fantasy Type 0.
No Dramamine for you?
Nope. I got used to it. Like, the trick was to stare at my character, and only my character, when I was moving the camera.
Does the normal world now make you sick? Is that...
Actually, once I got used to it, I got used to it, and I was like, okay, this isn't so bad. I can do this. And the game actually turned out to be pretty good. The story was interesting. There was a couple problems, not bad. That should have been Final Fantasy 13. Is my ultimate opinion of it. But and I didn't see anything wrong with anything going on. I got used to the control, like everything, and the characters moved really fast and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm going to play something else now. And I put in Destiny for a little bit and played it. I was like, this feels weird. And then I put in something else and I was playing it. And I was like, why am I moving so slow? And just everything, like playing other games for like a week after, everything felt super sluggish and like the camera felt too slow. It bothered the shit out of me. But yeah. But overall, the game was not bad. It's not worth $60. The only way they got away with selling it for $60 was the Final Fantasy 15 demo, like hands down. I'd pay $40 for it though. It's not a bad game. It's got a lot of solid stuff going on in it. That camera is horrifying, but you can get used to it after a while. I played a bit of Borderlands 2 finally. I had never played a Borderlands game before, so this is my first time with those.
Oh, snap.
That's pretty fun. Like, I can definitely see where like a lot of the people like complaints that are around Destiny come from after playing it. There's so much stuff that they do in that game that is just perfect. Like the main thing too that I noticed is like, you know, how the fucking legendary engrams are in Destiny, and just it's like they hide them from you. They don't want you to have them. Mm-hmm. And when you get them, they still don't want you to have them, so they give you fucking materials out of them. And then you go play Borderlands, it's like, we're bored. Here's a code that gives you 5 keys, which is basically like giving you 5 free legendary engrams. The best thing you could
possibly use at this level. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I literally, like, I have 150 of the fucking things.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because they reactivated their incentive program or whatever. So since I got Borderlands 2 for free on the PS3, I signed up for their shift thing to do the codes. And then when I started up the new one, it gave me like 100 fucking badass points or whatever, the tokens, which is basically like Paragon levels from Diablo 3.
Yeah.
And then like 75 keys, and then they just keep throwing out codes for like 10 keys here, 5 keys there.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I used to have them on my Facebook because I'd be like, ooh, keys!
Yeah, I found that site and I was like, yes.
I need this. There's an app. There was a fucking... They made apps and shit, too. And they give you an alert. It's a fucking key! Because sometimes they'd be time-based, so if you weren't paying attention... The only thing that sucked is you have to open the game to do it.
Yeah.
I hated that. I'm like, can't I just put it in on a website? Come on!
But, yeah, like, they're just like, hey, you want loot? Here's all the loot ever.
Well, and the other thing that was cool about that game, you can farm bosses for a specific drop. If you want this gun, you go fight that guy a lot. And that was cool.
But yeah, the general feel of the game, like it's, you know, the art style and stuff was a little weird getting used to, but the game's funny. It's got it's a little light on story for the most part, but that's fine. It's really fun.
Yeah. And
like, there's no, like, the thing that really gets me is just playing through it. Like, I'm thinking Mike would love this game if he didn't hate it. Like, if it wasn't for the art style, that would probably be his favorite game ever.
Yep.
Because everything that he, like, rages about with Destiny is, like, they do it in that game. It's like, oh, you want just free stuff all the time? Here you go. Have free stuff all the time.
Whatever.
You want to be able to equip any weapon you want in any slot? Here you go. Do it.
Yeah.
You got 4 slots. Put whatever you want in there.
You want to put orange weapons in all of them? Have fun. Go wild.
Yeah. Blow shit up.
Yeah. Have all the things.
Well, yeah, it's really fun.
Fun game.
I haven't played it a lot lately because I have a friend who got a PS4 and wanted to play it, and then he hasn't fucking played anything since he got his PS4. So I'm like, really? And every week I go to work, he's like, "Oh, totally this weekend I'm just gonna play games," and I'd sit here all weekend. I'm like, he's not on.
You are literally the worst person on earth. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna eventually get the expand, whatever the fuck, the pre-sequel for PC. Right. I played it so much I was sick to death of it. This thing says 85 hours. I know I put in more, but I was a lot. Which, you know, it might have been more fun if it was more than just me and David, because he doesn't really talk.
One of the things that I read that was nice too is like the more people you play with, the better stuff that drops.
Yeah, because I think you could have up to 4 people in a team. That would have been sweet to play with friends.
Hey, you know, when you get the pre-sequel, you could always get it on PS4.
Oh, shut up. I don't know, maybe when I finally decide to do it.
Maybe when you get around to it, it'll have a price drop, so it'll be cheaper.
Don't play pre-sequel yet.
I haven't.
Borderlands
I'm going through 2.
Yeah,
I'm
you're going to have time, so I don't think you're going to get the pre-sequel by the time I think about buying this anyway. Maybe that's how I'll convince David. We're like, I'll buy my own, you buy this, and we'll all play with Kyle. MT, you got Mortal Kombat X, right?
Yep, I certainly do.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You son of a bitch.
I've played through the story, and that's pretty much it so far.
Well, how is it? I mean, you got some fights in the story, right? Because it's like Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. This story picks up pretty much not right after, but, it's an actual sequel to 9,
right?
Which isn't surprising, obviously, because it's next Mortal Kombat. But, like, for people that don't know, Mortal Kombat 9 kind of basically, it's not really a reboot, but it kind of is in a way.
Well, it introduced an actual story.
Yeah, basically, like, Raiden in, like, the normal time, like, fucks up so bad that he decides to send a message to his younger self telling him what to do to not fuck up again. But then somehow that
take place after like the Armageddon game.
Yeah. So Mortal Kombat 9 goes through the story of 1 through 3, but kind of rewrites it to make it more interesting or more, I don't know, make it better somehow, I guess.
Around. So it was like a way to reboot the series.
Yeah, basically, without actually being a reboot. But
it gave them an excuse to do cool shit like have Cyber Sub-Zero.
Yeah. And, this picks up after that. It kind of jumps back and forth in time. Like some of the game takes place like not long after Mortal Kombat 9. Some of it takes place like 20 years ahead. And some of it takes like 25 years ahead. So there are some characters that are children of other characters. Like one of them is the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade.
What?
Her name is Cassie. Jax has a daughter. Her name is Jackie. Who else? What's the other guy? He's the son of Kenshi, who is the blind samurai guy.
Yeah.
But he was like trained by Scorpion, like a human Scorpion, something like that.
What?
Yeah. And then Kung Lao's like great nephew or something like that.
Some kind of bullshit.
Some younger
dude
relative.
With a hat.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't actually have a hat. He's got a staff that shoots fire.
A staff that shoots fire,
and it doubles as a bow and arrow, basically.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
you came already prepared.
Yeah, and they're what's kind of interesting to me is there are characters that have been. I don't know how much I want to say about this. I don't want to spoil anything, but there are characters that have been in the Mortal Kombat story for a long time that aren't going to be after this game. I'm not going to say who, obviously, because that's going to ruin it. But there are people that are not making it through, and I don't know. They might find a way to bring them back somehow. I don't know, because it's Mortal Kombat. But
they did before. They will again.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it is kind of interesting to think of like, oh, that character's dead. Well, that kind of sucks. I kind of like that character, but
Yeah. Well, we know who it's not going to be. It's not going to be Scorpion or Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Or if they kill Sub-Zero, they'll just make another one.
At least it's nice too that they actually kill people in the game, and it's not like how like the early ones were, where this character's not in this game anymore because they're dead.
Yeah, they died because stuff.
What I think is kind of funny though is they have like in 9 they have the X-ray moves where like one character will like step on someone's spine and it'll snap in half, and they bounce back from that perfectly fine, but in the storyline somehow they magically die when they're stabbed or whatever. It's like, okay, whatever. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't played too much. Like, I haven't picked a character I want to learn more about. Like, I think the character I liked the most was Jax.
Jax is pretty fun to play as.
Yeah. Because, like, he's like a heavy hitter, but he's not slow, really.
Yeah.
And
There's not a lot of slow people in Mortal Kombat. So
yeah,
nice.
there are a couple. Like, one of the other new characters, his name is Kotal Khan. He's not related to Shao Kahn anyway. Khan is kind of like a title, but like he's a very slow, like powerful character, and you play through him through part of the story, and I just did not care for it all that much.
Yeah, that sounds annoying.
But Jax, he's got like a projectile. He's got a move that he kind of like leaps across the screen to punch you in the face. So he's got movement.
He's Jax.
Yeah, and like the sounds like when he hits someone, it sounds like it hurts.
Yeah. That's one thing that always was fun about the game was the blood and the sound, and they just
the slime.
Some of the fatalities in this game too are unbelievably crazy.
Yes.
I'm not gonna spoil too many of them, but one of my favorites is like, I forget exactly how it starts, but I know it ends up with Scorpion slicing the front of someone's face off. And then like their brain kind of flops out of their skull, and like their tongue is still like what's left of their tongue is like waggling in their mouth. Oh. It's pretty fucking like gruesome, but funny in a way. One of my favorite ones that I've seen, and I think they've showed it in some of the trailers, is for Goro. He'll like he reaches up, grabs your arms, and like shoves them into your torso. So there's like
quite violent.
Yeah, like they look like little T-Rex arms coming out of your shoulders. And then I think he like grabs your head and pushes it into your chest or something like that. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more of that. I just haven't really had the time.
It's just one of those games that's just fun to just look at it. There's just so much crazy ass shit. Because I'm playing through 9 right now because I never actually played through the story, and this is one of those rare times where a fighting game has a story.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like a Tekken story. I'm talking like, an interesting kind of a story. So, they've been doing that. They had that. They had Injustice.
Yeah. The one thing I've heard like negative about MKX so far is the netcode. If you want to play online, isn't that great? But I've heard there's a patch that came out in the last couple of days that's supposed to make it a lot better, but I haven't seen it myself.
Guess we'll see. Fighting games online have always been pretty hit or miss.
Yeah. We'll see.
Work well.
You and I have to play it sometime eventually.
Oh yeah. We're totes playing, I just got to play through 9. I might skip out on GTA some this week so I can finish getting through 9.
Yeah, they're both pretty good. I recommend them both if you're into them at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Mortal Kombat 9 was godsend. They just stripped everything down and just made it simple again. I'm kind of worried about this one because I saw all the shit with fighting styles, and I remember I did not like that when they added it in Deception.
Yeah, well, this is done kind of differently. In those games, you would switch them on the fly as you're playing, like in the fights. But this one, you pick them from the character select screen.
Right. I still think it might annoy me, but we'll see. Maybe I'll like it.
Yeah. It's a real good way of getting a lot of variety out of not a lot of characters.
And it's not like any of their moves are complicated either.
No. There are 25 characters in total, including Goro, and each one has 3, so it's basically like 75 characters, I mean, more or less.
Well, 75 Smash Brothers characters.
Yeah. And like, the way that works is not... Like, they have a certain set of moves that are shared between each, like, variety of character. Right. But each one will have, like, its own specific, like, 1 or 2 moves that only it can do.
Right.
I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but it's interesting, definitely.
It's not, like, radically different.
No.
That's good.
Like, Jax has his ground pound, his grab, and his dash punch in all of them. But like one of the variations like makes his ground pound different. Like I think normally it just he's got 3 different versions you can do that are, close, medium, and far away. But for this specific variation, you do the ground pound and it hits full screen.
Wow.
So that's a kind of an idea of some of the changes between variations.
Very interesting.
I'm looking forward to playing more. Like I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, those games are just fun.
Yeah. Definitely.
Big, stupid fun.
I played about an hour of Bloodborne before I gave up on that one. I think I mentioned it on the podcast, like that game looked interesting and the combat looked a little more exciting to where I would get more out of it, but I don't know, that game's just not for me. Like, I got about an hour in and died to some characters, but then when I died, I was like, I don't really want to come back, have to fight through everything I just killed so I can get back to where I was. It just
the game is very slow and tedious.
Didn't, and that's some people's cup of tea, but it's not for me.
Yeah, you're not. You're like me. You're not patient.
No, not at all. I also don't like going over the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah,
and
I'm definitely
literally every enemy you kill respawns when you die.
Yeah, that sounds. Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things they've done slightly differently is I don't know if this was in all of them, but at least in Dark Souls 2, like you would die and then you would come back, but you wouldn't be a human. You'd be like not a ghost, but like
You'd be the
like a hollow, basically.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to go back to where you died to get your stuff back. And like if you died, well, no, this is still the same. What am I thinking of? God, I can't remember what I was thinking of now.
Talk about when you go back to get your souls and all that shit.
Oh, when you died, like you lost some of your maximum health in Dark Souls 2. Like I forget how exactly that worked.
Yeah, because you were kind of like a weaker version of yourself.
And I think you may have gotten it back when you found your body.
Again.
But I think, like, if you were to keep dying, your maximum health would just keep getting lower and lower if you didn't get back to your body each time.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I played Dark Souls, and that's another game I didn't play too much of. But I know it's different in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Somehow. The other game that I played was Axiom Verge. I don't know if either of you heard much about that at all.
A little bit.
I have no idea what that is.
Basically, there's this one guy who got tired of Nintendo not making a 2D Metroid, so he made one himself.
Huh.
But he actually did a really good job. I forget how long it was. It took me. I think it was about 10 hours. It took me to beat. But it's a Metroidvania style game.
Oh wow, this looks a lot like Metroid.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I beat it, and I do plan on going back and kind of getting 100% of the map and all the items. So just haven't done that yet. If you liked Super Metroid and that type of game, like it's a pretty competent game of that type. Like I would definitely recommend it
as well. Huh?
Yeah. It's only on PS4 at the moment, but I would recommend playing it if you like those types of games. I really enjoyed it.
How much does it cost?
I want to say it's $15.
I'm trying to find it. It's kind of hard to find. But yeah, that looks interesting.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
I can't believe how much this looks like a fucking Metroid game. This is crazy. It's 20.
I must have gotten it. Oh yeah, that's right. I got it like the week it came out. It was like a 10% discount or 20% discount.
Oh, you probably got one of those PS Plus discounts.
Yeah, I think it was on their spring fever sale a couple weeks ago or whenever it came out. And it had the extra amount off for PS Plus.
Yeah, it's not an exact Metroid clone. Like you're not rolling into a ball and getting into different places. There are like similar ideas. They're just executed differently. Like in this one, you can have this little I want to call it a drone. It's like this little block high drone that can get into smaller spots that you can kind of walk around with. And eventually you unlock a way to basically teleport to wherever that guy is. So there are areas where you shoot him into this little hole in the wall, and he walks through to a bigger area, and you kind of teleport to where he is, and you're in that area now that you couldn't get to before. You can also, at one point, you get an item that lets you teleport through walls that are like a block thin, a block thick, whatever you want to call it. You kind of phase through them, basically. It's got a lot of weapons too. I don't know the exact total, but there's got to be at least 20 different weapons.
Wow, it definitely sounds cool.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's definitely worth checking out if you're into that sort of game at all. I really enjoyed my time with it.
I'll probably wait and get it on PC during a Steam sale.
Oh, well, if you don't get it by the time I'm out there next month, maybe I'll bring my PS4 and you can try it.
Yeah, there you go. Or you just sign into my PlayStation with your account.
That's pretty much all I've been playing, unless you want to talk wrestling games, which I don't.
No, that's okay.
No one wants to talk about those.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And I've been playing Mortal Kombat 9 and Grand Theft Auto 5. Not really a lot to talk about there.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is still a hell of a lot of fun.
It is, and you're all assholes. Especially Nick. Although last time we played, I don't think he beat me to death with a bat this time, so I guess we're moving on up, huh?
Maybe he was sick or not feeling well that day.
Yeah, he was.
At this point, every time you guys talk about playing that game, I just picture you all running around shirtless on a beach hitting each other with bats.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Sometimes we use guns.
When we were waiting for Mike, we were just killing each other over and over again.
I can't remember if I mentioned it on here, but I remember strapping a sticky bomb to my car and driving into Jackson and blowing up.
That was awesome.
That was pretty fun.
That?
Yes, I did. I made sure to get a video of that one because I love that.
Yes!
I died, but it was worth it.
You're going to die in a fire, literally. Yeah. It's a fun game.
Yep.
Heists are both fun and
frustrating, yeah.
All right, well, I think that about does it. As always, you can check us out on Facebook.com/doesthisgamesuck. You can go to our website, doesthisgamesuck.com, and you can go to our Twitter, which I can finally remember the name of, Does Game Suck.
Oh, yes, you're right. Never mind.
Yes, we used to have underscore center network, which looked retarded because this is we don't do underscores. This isn't 1995 anymore.
If it was that, it would have X's as well.
XX, maybe the center XX,
and maybe a 420 in there somewhere.
420, 360, no scope it.
69.
69. Yeah.
And if for any reason anyone wants to follow me specifically on Twitter, I am at Rising Tide. Tide spelled Tied.
And I am Whiphead328.
I don't do Twitter.
I don't either. I just have one.
Well, I had one, but then it got hacked or whatever, and they shut it down. And it's way too obnoxious to try and get it back.
I'm sure you were heartbroken.
Call them or whatever, and I'm
You're like,
no.
Oh no, I don't care.
Oh no, that thing I don't use. No.
Yeah. So, good times. Really easy. Oh, and if you're not aware, we do have this podcast. There's an RSS feed up at the top of our website to get to subscribe to our podcast. Or if you have iTunes, you do that thing. We're in iTunes as well.
Aren't we fancy?
Yeah. I went out of my way to do that. I don't know why.
For Napa?
No, not for him. I don't remember why.
I know a couple people that do get it through there, so...
Yeah, maybe it was for you and your friends. Who knows? But there's a link to it on the podcast pages to get to it. Although it's in this weird... I don't like how they organize iTunes. It shows number 1 as the latest one instead of... Whatever. It's convenient, though. So, go for it. Knock yourself out.
See if I care.
Yeah. See if I care. I mean, I care enough to sit here and babble all this to you, so... Anyway, as always, thank you for joining us, Kyle.
Yep.
And thank you for joining us, MT.
Signed out the way he signed in, with a yup.
Yep. And we will talk to you maybe next week, but depending on whether anything is happening.
Fingers crossed.
Sometimes it's a slow news week.
Yeah, that's why we don't do these.
Sometimes we pretend to have a life.
Sometimes we're just lazy.
Sometimes just fucking lazy. Till next week, or the week after, goodbye.